This here, I have to take it to the shop and get a brass here and a brass here so it won't turn, so it won't come apart. So it actually is free, and then I put my thing, I put another example. This is a little antenna pipe that goes on top of here, and drill holes through here, like, you know, like, it's a little different there, and screw it on. And I have a tin here to cut this part and the back part here.
Anton, you were fascinated with windmills. When did you get started with this then, basically?
Oh, it must be 3 years ago, and it was in the spring of the year when I started. And after I started one, no more bleach cups, not the right wheel to fit it in. Then I started thinking about using something else, eh? And I had some metal here. This here was a little too heavy to bend, eh? I could get all kinds of that out from somebody out here. But then I got to east trough. Before they roll them up to the machine, that puff is pretty good. Works pretty good too. Yeah.
So what do you like about this, basically?
Oh, I mean, I'm kind of getting tired of it now, but I still won't give up, eh? And when I did start it, I sometimes couldn't wait till daylight comes or until I could start in the morning and work on it, eh? I enjoyed it very much, making those cups and whatever. It takes, sometimes you get a wheel that's pretty rusty, or then clean it, sand it. It takes a half a day to get a wheel ready. And before I could paint on it. In the summertime I use aluminum paint for the spokes, in the wintertime they don't dry, eh? Yeah.
So how long does it take you to actually get a finished one?
A wheel? One wheel? Oh my gosh. I can't finish a wheel in a couple of days.
So it's a tedious process.
Well, it's like this, you know. I save all bearings. This wheel here, when I got this wheel, there was no bearing and nothing, no axle. I put that in, and it fitted perfect, you know. And that'll run for 5,000 years.
Is that guaranteed?
Well, I would guarantee this one here, though, because there's nice bearings in there. Then they'll stay dry, and that tin keeps the water out of it, you know.
So why did you start on windmills, basically? You like windmills, or?
Yeah, I love to work on windmills, yeah. When I was small, I used to make a wagon, you know, with Dad had from a disc screw, I guess, or horses had 2 wheels that were fair size, and I had 4 of them, and then make axles in there, and a nice little box on it, and hauled for my mother some wood to burn, stuff like that.
So you were always mechanically minded, I guess.
Yeah, but not for motors, though. Not much for motors. I just like to fool around with something that, you know. I made, in the winter, I made a little bobsleigh for myself. I was going to school at the time yet. Yeah.
So do you sell these?
Hmm?
Do you sell these?
If I sold them?
Yeah.
No, I never.
No, if you sell the windmill.
Oh yeah, from now on I do, yeah. At least get for some of my paint paid for. Not that it's charged up, mind you, but what I spend, you know, it takes a lot of paint. I went through a lot of little cans, yeah.
You've made these, I guess, for all your relatives, I guess.
Yeah, I did the first, how many?
Well, there's
8 and 5.
13.
Yeah, well, anyway.
So I guess you had to find something for a pastime. That's why you really got
That's right, yeah. I wasn't the guy that goes uptown and run around. And these here, well, this here is a bicycle axle that goes right down on the bottom here. And the nuts welded on here, I put this over cover so the it's little, you won't see the welding on here. And put a little pipe in off a lamp that goes from that piece cut off, and that's one there too. And I just send one out to my son. Same as that.
You have to use your imagination on how to build these, I guess.
Yeah.
Now you started from scratch on these. There's no design, I guess, eh?
That's right, no design of no kind. And for instance, this here, this metal, I put that in from, and this is my compass here. I measured the size of the wheel, and then I cut it, measure around, and I cut this. And get a little metal, little screws, and no time I got it done.
All right. If you can just maybe explain what is on here now. How do you make, what's this made out of? Metal, I guess?
That's out of
Explain what's in each one of those.
Paint pail, like that paint pail, 4-liter paint pails, and if you clean them up, and then this is a pattern I cut out. I get four cups out of a paint pail, 4 cones. Yeah. And then bend them around, of course, and the split rivets is over here, and then put them in and hold it together, and then I drill holes and put her on.
So you don't want to get into mass production on this, I guess, eh?
Well, whatever.
How many do you build a year then, do you think?
I don't know, but I made them a little faster before than I do now, mind you. But this year I'd make the two, worked all summer on the 2 of them. Oh, besides I make these small ones besides too, which take just as long. But got the metal cut and figure everything out. For painting I have to call Barbara sometimes. Put paint matches the other, or go with this and that, and so.
That's because you're colorblind, I guess?
A little bit, yeah.
So her expertise really helps you out, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's all right, I guess.
Are you proud of what you do? I mean, you do a really good job. You must be pretty happy.
Oh, I guess so. Sometimes when I lay in bed, I not dream, but I just plan on what I'm going to do and how to go about it, And it turns out to be okay. Yeah.
Your friends must like what you do too, I guess, eh?
Well, everybody that looked at him, they like him, yeah. They like him.
You recommend this kind of hobby to anybody out there?
Oh, I would recommend anybody to get a hobby like that instead of, it's a kind of a cheap hobby, right? You just have to buy rivets and bolts and paint. And the bicycles, I never bought one wheel. All picked up with a chunk pile. Oh yeah, I did buy 2.
Oh, the kids bring you some.
Yeah. And the other one is made up, and that's a Lloyd. And they like that very much. Those wheels with a wide spoke and no wire spokes, the other ones. With the plastic. Oh, I don't know how many is in there, but 6 or spokes, the thick ones. I made these, that sure looks cute. Yeah. Painted up with white and red strips in, blue and something. And around the rim is so wide, same too. And they couldn't figure out how they can put a white color on a basic of a rim just without tape or nothing. I just do it with my hand. Just sit quiet and go around like factory strip. It's not that easy, but I won't do it anymore now.
Is it getting harder and harder to find wheels or tires?
It is. For Town of Unity, I don't know. Next guy goes out to Newton shop, picks them up, and when I go out, there's nothing there. Oh, I don't need no more wheels. So if I use up what I got, shut it down. Yeah.
You planning to move on to a different hobby eventually, or?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe card games. Card games and stuff. We have a lot of good cards here.
You're not one for going downtown, though. You'd rather do something on your own, I guess, eh?
Yeah. Now we have the Legion, the Friendship Center, I mean, they have card games some afternoon or whatever, you know. We go up there and play a couple hours.
You're a former farmer, I guess, eh?
Yeah, farmer, yeah.
And you
I enjoyed farming too, just as much as this stuff here. Yeah.
So when you retired, you were trying to find something to do, and this really...
Right, yeah. Yeah, well, I couldn't find nothing else, you know, where I can spend time on.
So windmills is it, I guess.
Yeah, well, this, when I thought about this hobby here, I thought that was just nice to spend time on something like that. So I cleaned those bearings, take them all, clean them all up, then I oil them a little bit, and then I take a little gas and I wipe the oil, the grease spot off, and they put paint on it, it never dries, and there's a little grease on, you know. So, and that's all, they don't have to oil them. I have some out there never oil on the garage.
I guess it's important when you get a wheel that you have to balance it just right, eh, I suppose, to make it...
See, yeah, like these top ones, they don't have to balance them, but the other on the side, only I just got like a car tire, balance them, you know, so it won't go backwards, they won't either.
And they'll fly forever, I guess.
Yeah, like this one here, it's rusted here, and then probably a little more water got in here, it made it heavier on one side, and that's how it, you know, yeah.
So I understand that you suffer from cancer as well. This is a good way to keep your mind off things, I suppose.
Yeah. And this way I have no time to argue with my wife.